vie, say the old folks. Goes to show you never can tell.
Of course, that's John Travolta and Uma Thurman in Quentin Tarantino's classic Pulp Fiction. We know him as one of our most creative filmmakers, but Quentin Tarantino is turning a new page and telling our Tracy Smith all about it.
I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
Hollywood, it seems, was built on books.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
We all know that the Don was a literary legend first.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday.
As was Mary Poppins and that shark in Jaws.
What I always say, most important thing in this town is when you're making money.
So it might surprise you that the book that inspired Quentin Tarantino's epic Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was actually written after the film.
Now, what's got you so upset, man?
The movie, you may recall, is about an aging actor and his stunt double looking for relevance in late 60s Hollywood. The new book is actually a novelization, a much more detailed version of the script. So if, for instance, you want to see even more of Brad Pitt's character, the book will tell you everything that Tarantino couldn't fit in the film.
So is this home, L.A.?
Yeah.
It all makes perfect sense to the author, whom we met at the movie theater he owns in Los Angeles.
When I talked to you in 2009, you said, and you've said this to a lot of people, that at 60, you were going to switch gears and become a man of letters, I think is how you put it to me, and do novels. So you're 58, and you're headed down that path already.
Yeah, exactly. Without cutting it off at 60, I started on that path.
Of course, it's been a hell of a ride so far. Quentin Tarantino has made 9 movies, and along the way created some of the most memorable characters in film history. From a yellow tracksuit-wearing female action hero to an unnervingly genteel Nazi villain.
You're sheltering enemies of the state, are you not?
But, as QT would be the first to tell you,
yeah, that actually works pretty good, right? So the thing is,
filmmaking is not the easiest way to make a living.
What is it about the literary life that appeals to you?
Well, one nice thing is I spend a lot of time writing my scripts. And then when I'm done, now I gotta go make the movie. And now I gotta cast it, and we gotta go look for locations, and then we go to another place where I don't live, and then we spend 6 months doing that. And it's like this whole process. No, it's a fun process, and it's a wonderful way to live a life. I'm not making it sound like it's a bad thing. I'm very fortunate to have the situation to do that. But the idea of putting your heart and soul into a piece of writing, and then when you're done, that's amazing.
Yeah, how did that feel with this book?
It felt fantastic.
Want some bacon?
No, man, I don't eat pork.
Are you Jewish?
No, I ain't Jewish. I just don't dig on swine, that's all.
Tarantino might be a first-time novelist, but he's always been a writer. A lot of it in longhand.
I write it like that, and then I don't type, but then I type it up afterwards. And
so how many, you type like this?
No, like this.
Hunt and peck, just what?
I don't do this. I'm not this sophisticated, I'm like this, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's a long process.
You'd be surprised how
fast you are with
how
this?
you pick up speed, how you get, once you get comfortable. But now when you gotta take all that junk, right, and type it up with one finger, if it's not Shakespeare, you can cut it.
You can use my straw. I don't have cooties.
Yeah, but maybe I do.
But his process seems to work. Both of his Oscars are for Best Original Screenplay.
Where does that come from, your gift for dialogue?
I guess it would be my memory. I just remember conversations. I remember funny things. I remember turns of phrases. Even if me and you go out to lunch and we're overhearing an interesting conversation between a daughter and her mother in the next booth, if they say something interesting, and it could be 9 years from now.
You'll remember it?
Yeah, I'll remember. If as I'm writing, if it's apropos, it'll pop up.
It comes back.
Yes, exactly.
And it seems he chooses his actors as carefully as his words.
I don't know who you are, but you touched me today.
Bruce Dern played movie ranch owner George Spahn in Once Upon a Time, but Tarantino's first pick was Burt Reynolds, who passed away before the film was finished.
Did you get a chance to shoot with him?
No, I got a chance to rehearse with him. I'm officially the last role he played because he came to the script reading, so that was his last acting. Not only that, the night he died, what he was doing before he passed on is he was running lines with his assistant.
Wow.
That's like sad and beautiful at the same time.
It is. In a way, it has to make you feel good to give him that chance to be.
He was so happy. I can honestly say he died happy. I'm not saying he died happy because of me, but he was happy. He was definitely happy when he passed on.
These days, Quentin Tarantino seems to have found his own share of happiness. He's now a married father of one.
When we talked the last time, we talked about relationships, and you said, I'm all about the movie. I need to focus on my movie. That's all I care about. That's it. What changed?
Well, the woman I met changed it. Daniela Pick, all right? I met her and we fell in love. And she wanted to get married and I did too. And so I married.
I mean, it's pretty incredible because it's something that trumped your ultimate love, the love of the movie.
Absolutely. And she didn't take away anything from it.
Quentin and Daniela, who split their time between L.A. and her native Israel, have a 16-month-old son, Leo, who, no surprise, already likes watching movies with Dad.
And so I now know officially the first motion picture he's seen is Despicable Me 2.
That's excellent. And the cool thing is, here you are sharing a movie with your son.
If I talk about it too much, I'm already going to start crying. If I talk about it too, I can't even see his name written on a piece of paper without crying.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that about?
It's just, he's my Leo. He's my little lion. And I just see his name, Leo, written down, isolated, and it just, when it comes to him, he's just the most charming human being I've ever met in my life. And so it's like, half the time I look at him and I'm just laughing because he's so funny. And the other time I'm just bursting into tears.
And those are both great.
Yeah.
That was the best acting I've ever seen in my whole life.
Of course, work is still pretty great, too. His book is likely the first of many, but he says his next film will be his last.
Do you have a sense of what that 10th film is going to be?
No, I don't have a clue. If I had to guess, I would think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is sort of the epic at the end of the career. If I had to guess, I would think the 10th film would be more epilogue-y.
What's epilogue-y? What do you
mean?
Well,
it's not an epic. It's you've told the big story, and then there's a little thing at the end.
You could say that's classic Quentin Tarantino, an artful ending.
I think this just might be my masterpiece.
That leaves you wanting more.